Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode. The following story that you're going to be listening to, it comes from a translation of a message that I received. The translation reads like this: Hello, Brother Nash, how are you? Can you please post my own story as hidden identity? I want to share with you my own story, and I want to give a strong warning to other people out there. I have been working as a maid here in South Africa for a very long time. About a year ago, I was struggling in my relationship. When I came to South Africa as a single mother, I had promised myself that I would never, because of the way that my husband had mistreated me, I told myself that I will never stay with a man ever again in my life. But you know that life happens. We fall in love again. When I came here, my boyfriend came and he started working at the place where I was working. And then he asked for my numbers. I gave him my numbers. We then started to talk. And that is how we fell in love with each other. And after we had fallen in love with each other, and then he started to change. It was slow at first, and then with time, he really changed. He started mistreating me. He started comparing me with some of his ex-girlfriends, and he started communicating openly with two of his ex-girlfriends. Some of them would even text and tell him that they miss his big thing. So I was desperate to keep him. I was desperate for him to make me to be his wife. I searched like everywhere for answers. I searched for friends, and even on the internet, on Facebook, I joined almost each and every group that was all about herbs and traditional healers. That was when I stumbled. This was after my boss had given me the password to her Wi-Fi. Then I came across this channel on YouTube. So this channel, it teaches all about powerful love potions. Most of these love potions, they are like how to keep your partner forever, how to get your ex back in less than 24 hours, make him come back to you. At first, when I started watching these videos, they were like harmless at first, and it was just simple rituals, simple recipes, and you'll be using things like herbs and candles and writing the name of your lover on a piece of paper. The host of the channel, she said that she had helped thousands and thousands of women reunite with their lost lovers. And in real life, she said that her services are very expensive, and we were supposed to be thankful that she was on YouTube, because on YouTube, she does it for free. In my desperation, I started to believe in each and every word. I started to follow all of the instructions. I prepared the love potion. I did everything that had been said in that other video. I had to take a piece of paper, write his name. I had gathered some information. I had wrote almost all the names of the women that he had once dated. Those ones, I wrote their names with a red pen. Then I wrote my name and his name. And then I said, you have to come back to me. Even though we were still staying together, but he was no longer there in love with me. So I did that. I did the ritual. After I had done the ritual, whilst I was at work, then we started talking, and it seemed like it was working. My boyfriend, he came back to me. He became more loving, and he started giving me attention. I was happy that I had found a solution to my problem. I then started to share everything that I was seeing on that channel with some of my friends, the videos, because most of them, they could not afford to watch the videos on YouTube. So what I'll do is that at work, I'll download those YouTube videos, then I'll send them to my friends, even in some WhatsApp groups. But what would happen is that whenever I would send a video, after I would have shared the video with other people, then at night it was very difficult for me to fall fast asleep, because I'll keep on having terrible nightmares. I would see this other demonic man. This man, he was just like a shadow, a very dark shadow that would come to me, and this shadow will say, thank you very much. Thank you. You have been doing a good job. Thank you for the very good job that you are doing. Then I will say, what good job am I doing? Then this demonic figure will say, don't you know that with each and every video that you share, it means that now I am able to get into the lives of those people that would have never found me if you had not shared the videos with them. So thank you. Then this demonic figure will just disappear. All of this was happening in my dreams. Then there was a time when my boyfriend, since he was working in the construction industry, so he had to go somewhere with his boss. There was somewhere where they were supposed to go and build. So I was home alone for about 2 weeks. Then there was this other night. At this time, it was like a dream At the same time, it was like something that was happening in real life. I had a terrible nightmare. I saw the same demonic man, but this time around, this man, he looked like he was a Tokoloshi. He came to me, he was very short, a very short man, and then I started to hear some whispers as if there were people that were calling me outside. Then I woke up, but I woke up in my dreams. I said, maybe these people that are talking outside, maybe they are thieves. So I woke up in my dreams and I walked to my window. I opened the curtain, but when I looked outside, I saw that there was no one there. There was no one. After a couple of days, because I used to go to this other white garment church. When I went to that white garment church, there was a prophet from the location where I am staying who assisted me. I went to his church, and then when I went to his church, he then told me that I was supposed to use some holy prayers because there was a spirit, a tokology that was now following me. I did not tell the prophet that I had tried to use some love potions on my boyfriend. I then returned back, and when I used those prayers on that same night, that was when I had a dream that Tokoloshi, the demonic man, came back to me. He was angry, really angry at me. He did not even say anything. He was just looking at me and shaking his head. He then disappeared. The following day, since me and my boyfriend, we were like enjoying our love again, I called him. When I called him, to my surprise, he did not pick up the call. Later on, someone else called me. She was a woman. And this woman that called me, she was telling me to stay away from her boyfriend. Me and my boyfriend, we then started fighting, but now it was very different. He seemed to be like he was a possessed man. He had never beaten me up previously when we were having arguments, but now he started beating me up. So this love potion, I realized that it had backfired. After each and every time when we would have had a big fight, then I would see that Tokoloshi, that old man, he would be laughing at me. I was desperate. I returned back to that YouTube channel, but I did not get any response at all. My messages were being ignored. I would go on each and every video and I would ask the owner of the channel to help me out because my relationship was now really bad. I was about to lose my boyfriend, but it seemed as if all of my comments, they were being deleted until I got blocked. I searched online for answers on Facebook, trying to save my relationship, but I could not save my relationship. I then finally went to this other friend of mine. So she goes to a Pentecostal church. She then said that she will take me to her church. The pastor, when he prayed for me in church, there was nothing that happened to me. But when I got home, I started vomiting. I vomited and I vomited. I took this small plastic bucket and then I started vomiting inside that small bucket. Whilst I was vomiting, I then saw that I had vomited a snake, a real snake that I had vomited. That was when I realized that at the time when I had started using these charms, I used to feel that there was something that will be on my throat so much that it will be very difficult for me to swallow. So I vomited. So from that day, I stopped going to the White Garment Church, not because there is something wrong with the White Garment Church, but I just chose to go to a Pentecostal church. When I started going to the Pentecostal church, I can say that things were okay. Then the dreams started coming back. This demonic figure, if I do not pray when I go to sleep, this demonic figure, the tokology, it comes and it will start to haunt me, giving me nightmares. So I just want to share my story. I do not want anyone else to go through what I had to go through. And I want to tell people out there that you should never force anyone in love, because that pen that I was dating, what he would do is that he would take a knife and he would say, "Tonight I want to slaughter you. I want to cut off your head as if you are a chicken. And if I go to prison, I don't even care. It's either I am going to kill you or I'm going to find someone that is going to kill you." He used to say that, that we are here in South Africa. I can even buy a gun and some bullets. Even for 500 rands, I can buy a gun or I can find someone who can end your life. And what are you going to do about it? So that is how toxic my relationship with my boyfriend had gotten. And if I do not pray, these demons, they just torment me. So I do not want anyone else to suffer. I want to tell the women out there that love, especially love, cannot be forced. You should not use any love potions on anyone.